Do you think your life is just a coincidence? No, it was a deeply planned plan. Your birth, your family, your successes, everything was chosen by you, long before you came into this world. Yes, you heard it right. You chose your every happiness, every sorrow, every relationship yourself. But how? And why? In an invisible world where time stops, where the soul writes the story of its next birth itself, these decisions are taken. Today we will unveil the mystery that has been hidden for centuries in Vedas, Upanishads, Buddha, Sufi saints, and secret knowledge. If you are ready, then stay with us in this journey till the end, because today you will see yourself like never before. In this video, we will know why your soul chose this life, how your fate was decided before birth, what is the real purpose of the soul, and how you can change the direction of your life by understanding this lost knowledge. This is not just a story. This is the biggest secret of your existence, which your soul has the right to know. Part 2. Ancient Truth. The secret of the choice of the soul before birth is not new, but is thousands of years old. These things have been explained in detail in Rig Veda, Upanishad, Buddhist scriptures, Garuda Purana, and Tantra Shastras. This secret is mentioned not only in India, but also in Hermetic philosophy, the Gargian tradition of Sufi saints, and even in ancient Christian mysticism. Tibetan principles of Buddhism talk about Siddha Bardo, where the soul chooses its next life before birth. It is also taught in the sadhana paths of yogis that the next life of the soul is based on its consciousness and deeds. All traditions say the same thing, that we have not come into this life unknowingly. We have chosen it deliberately. Part 3. Life is a conscious choice. This life of yours is not a coincidence. This is the journey that your soul chose itself. Every challenge, every victory, every relationship that you loved or lost, everything, your family, your soulmate, even your struggles are part of a well-thought-out plan of your soul. Before birth, in a dimension where time and space do not exist, your soul planned it all. Your life is not an accident. It is part of a sacred plan. A plan you chose to learn, to grow, and to know yourself. When you embrace this truth, every pain, every joy is seen with a deeper understanding and respect. Part 4. The world before birth. Have you ever wondered where you were before you came into this life? You existed before you came to this earth. You were in a world that is beyond time and space. This is a state known by many names: the astral realm, the causal realm, the Tribuddha state, or in Tibetan Buddhism, Sidpado. This is a realm where there is no body. There are no boundaries. There is only energy, consciousness. Here the soul knows no fear, no doubt, no ego. Only infinite peace and infinite love. You were in perfect unity with your original source, which some call God, some call Brahman or universal mind. There was no duality. There was no discrimination. You and the universe were one. You just were, immersed in perfect consciousness. In that state, there was no hunger, no pain, no desire, only the bliss of existence. It was a state where everything was clear, where you knew you were infinite. You remember how many journeys you have made, how many times you have taken birth, how many times you have crossed death, and how each time you have added new experiences to your consciousness. But still, amidst this completeness, a slight desire arises, a call to learn something new, to experience something new. Because without experience, consciousness becomes stagnant, and the nature of consciousness is to grow and develop. This is why the soul again plans a new life, new challenges, new journeys, new relationships. But before this, it looks at the account of its previous lives. It learns where it was successful, where more development is needed. And then, in that invisible cosmic assembly, the map of the new journey is prepared. Part 5. Why does the soul take birth? When the soul is in that wonderful state of infinite peace, where there is no pain, no lack, even then a strong call arises from within it. This call is for growth, for experience, to feel the depths of love. Because just living in peace is not enough. The soul knows that consciousness grows only with experience. Only through challenge does the soul gain depth. Just as a seed has to germinate only after being buried in dark soil, just as gold gets its purity only after being tested in fire, similarly the soul too has to go through difficulties to attain its true glory. And that is why the soul willingly chooses a new life. A life in which there is love but also the fear of loss. A life in which there is the taste of success but also the pain of failure. A life in which there is the sweetness of relationships but also the pain of separation. The soul knows that every challenge, every pain, every joy, every tear will become a pearl in the necklace of its growth. That is why the soul decides to land on the ground. It has deliberately chosen the circumstances through which it will flourish. Therefore, your life is not an accident. Your parents, your place of birth, your talents, your struggles are all part of your soul's deep plan. You have chosen this life yourself. Every moment that you have lived or are living. Understanding this gives every experience of life, no matter how difficult, a deeper meaning and purpose. You are not just a body. You are a traveler on an eternal journey, and you have chosen the path of this life for your own love and your own evolution. Part 6. Pre-birth planning. Now think, when the soul decides that it will be born on earth, does it all happen suddenly? Does it just land in any life? No, it is a deep, subtle planning. Before being born, the soul goes to a special realm that many traditions call the in-between realm or the interlife realm. This is the place where the soul reviews its past lives. There, the soul sees where it loved, where it was driven by fear, where it expanded its consciousness, and where it remained trapped in ignorance. This review is not a punishment. It is like a mirror that shows the soul its own truth. Every action, every feeling, every thought is revealed to the soul with its effect. It experiences how its words hurt someone, or how its love saved someone, and then the soul decides what it wants to learn next, which lessons are incomplete, which qualities need to be deepened. The soul is not alone in this plan. It is accompanied by its spiritual guides, which you can also call spirit guides. These guides help it. They show it options. The soul is shown possible lives. Like on a giant screen, with each life having different challenges, different opportunities, different relationships. The soul feels that it will get the most growth from this life. Then it chooses its parents, family situation, country, culture, time, even special talents and challenges. Yes, you chose your strengths and your weaknesses. You decided which disease to fight, which sorrow to go through, which love to experience. Because every experience was going to mold your soul. But remember, this plan was not an iron wall. It was a blueprint with options, possibilities. You always had free will. Your soul chose the most beautiful game where every move, every challenge, was going to be a gift for its growth. Now, whenever you feel that life is unfair, or that any suffering is pointless, remember that all this is part of a deeper plan that you yourself chose with your soul. Part 7. The importance of karma. Now let us talk about a deeper law that gives direction to the journey of every soul. This law is the law of karma. What is the meaning of karma? In very simple language, every action, every feeling, every thought creates an energy. This energy never gets destroyed. It comes back sometimes in this life, sometimes in the next in a deep voice. Just as the seed sowed brings the same fruit, similarly every karma brings its result. If you sowed the seed of love, you got a harvest of love. If you sowed the seed of hatred, you got a harvest of suffering. But note that karma is not a decoration. It is just a teaching method. Karma is a teacher who makes the soul experience the effect of its every action, so that it can understand what to be and what to leave behind. Your present life is a reflection of your past journeys. Some events that you do not understand may be the results of old karmas. Once you became someone's support. Today, someone becomes yours. Once you broke someone's heart. Today, you yourself feel the pain of being broken. Pay attention, this does not mean that you are suffering. Rather, you are a true warrior who is learning, growing. Karma works at two levels. The first is accumulated karma, that is, the storehouse of all the old karmas, and the second is prarabdha karma, that is, the karma that you have got to suffer or learn in this life. What you are experiencing today is the result of a prarabdha karma. But what you think and do today is creating your future. The meaning is clear that the future is in your hands. Every small step today, every small kindness, every small forgiveness can make your next path brighter. So whenever a difficult time comes, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Because true knowledge can turn even sufferings into blessings. Karma is not a chain. It is a ladder that the soul climbs to reach perfection. Part 8. Soul Contracts and Soul Groups. Now think about it. Is it possible that all the people you have met in your life are not a coincidence, but part of a predetermined plan? Yes, it is true. We make soul contracts with certain souls before we are born. These contracts are made to learn, grow, and evolve. Your parents, your friends, your lovers, even the people who hurt you, all have some deep soul contracts with them. Some souls support you, some challenge you. Sometimes they give you love to teach you, and sometimes they give you a harsh lesson. But know that every meeting has a purpose. Sometimes a soul plays a difficult role so that you can learn to forgive or to recognize your own strength. We souls travel in groups. These are called soul groups. In the same soul group, we live with each other for many lifetimes. Sometimes as a mother, sometimes as a brother, sometimes as a friend, lover, or even as an enemy. Each time a different role, but the same goal is to learn and grow. So when you meet someone and feel a strange, deep connection or a bond that is beyond words, then understand that he/she may be a part of your soul group. And remember, this soul group is always with you. Even if there are struggles in life, there may be distances. At the spiritual level, you are never separated. Every relationship, every meeting is a sacred part of your spiritual journey. Every soul has come to write a precious chapter in your story. Part 9. Spiritual Guides and Soul Choice. Now think, when the soul chooses its next birth, is it alone? No. In this sacred process, the soul is accompanied by its spiritual guides. These guides are divine beings with great loving energy, whose sole purpose is to show the path to your soul. They show you the mirror of your weaknesses and strengths. They explain to you both the challenges and opportunities when you choose a new life. These guides plan together with you. They remind you of your previous journey, your unfinished lessons, your achievements. They tell you where and what experience is needed, but the final decision is always your soul's. No one forces you. No one punishes you. You choose your next journey yourself, out of your thirst for growth. Spiritual guides are only advisors, like a loving teacher who shows the path, but you have to walk it yourself. And when you are born on earth, these guides are very close to your soul, even though they are invisible. They keep guiding you through signs, through dreams, through sudden wisdom. Whenever life seems difficult or the path seems blurred, remember that you are never alone. Your spiritual companions are with you. All you need to do is listen to their whispers. Recognize the voice of your heart. You have come with a divine team that stands behind you every moment. Part 10. Free will, free will. Now know another deep truth. Even though your soul has planned this life, you still have free will. Yes, the blueprint of your life is made, but it is always in your hands to decide the path. At every turn, with every decision, you have a choice. You can choose to run away from difficulties out of fear or face them and learn. You can choose to be trapped in anger and hatred or follow the path of forgiveness and love. Your behavior, your decisions, determine how you follow the plan you have made for yourself. Sometimes life becomes easier if you understand a lesson quickly. Sometimes life becomes more challenging if you postpone the lesson due to ego or fear. This is why no prediction, no birth chart, can completely predict your entire life, because every moment you are creating new possibilities for yourself. This is the real game of the soul, making a plan and then bringing it to life with free will. Your future is not a story written in stone. It is a flow that you shape with your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Every time you choose love, every time you choose forgiveness, every time you choose courage, you take your life to new heights. So the next time life puts you at a crossroads, remember the choice is yours. You are the creator of your destiny, your story, and that is your greatest power. Free Will, Part 11. The Veil of Forgetting. The Veil of Forgetting. So if the soul has decided everything in advance, why don't we remember it all? Because at the time of birth, a veil of forgetfulness is put over all of us. This veil makes us forget our past lives, our plans, our true divine nature. This forgetfulness is not a punishment. It is a blessing. If you remembered everything, would you really be able to learn? If you knew about every pain, every challenge in advance, would you be able to experience it from the heart? This veil of forgetfulness gives us the opportunity to experience every experience anew, to feel happiness, to embrace pain, to know love, and to rediscover ourselves. This is the beauty of life, that we get lost, wander, fall, and then get up again. Despite this veil of forgetfulness, the signals of the soul are always with us. Sometimes in a dream, sometimes in a sudden emotion, sometimes in the words of a stranger, we get a glimpse of our soul. This intuition, these small moments of dazzle, this inner voice remind us of the soul. This is the real journey of our life. To remember again after forgetting. To remember who we are. Why have we come? What do we want to become? This is real awakening. This is the first step towards real liberation. Part 12. The physical world is a learning place. Now the question arises, where is the soul sent to learn? The answer is the physical world. That is, this world in which you and I are living. This world is not an ordinary place. It is a huge school, where the soul is given real tests. There is everything here: happiness and sorrow, love, separation, success, failure. Every emotion, every struggle brings a lesson. If the soul lived only in light and joy, how would it learn patience? How would it know forgiveness? How would it recognize the divinity within itself in struggles? This is the reason why limits have been placed in this world. Time, distance, death, and the ups and downs of emotions. These limits challenge us. It forces us to search for ourselves. It is in this darkness that we find the light within us. The mortality of the body, the grip of time, the fragility of relationships all teach us that nothing is permanent. And it is in this impermanence that we find true love, true compassion, and true enlightenment. This is why life never seems perfect, because it was not made perfect. It was not made to break you, but to build you. Every difficulty is a door. Every tear is a lesson. Every separation is a turning point. And when you start looking at it this way, every moment, every experience becomes a blessing. The physical world is the most beautiful, most challenging, and most important stage for the evolution of the soul. Part 13. After death. When the body ends, does the story end there? No, it is the beginning of a new chapter. After death, the soul enters a special state called interlife, or the world between death. This is a place where there is neither body nor time, only consciousness. Here the soul stops, rests, thinks, and deeply inspects its past life. This is called life review. In this, the soul looks at its entire life, but not just as memories. The soul itself feels the effect of its every action, the happiness given to someone, or the sadness caused to someone. Everything is experienced by the soul itself. This is neither a punishment nor any external justice. This is the mirror of the soul's own conscience. During this review, the soul learns where it chose love, where it adopted fear. In interlife, the soul also gets this opportunity to understand its deeds, to plan its next steps. This is a beautiful, compassionate process, where the soul is neither accused nor punished. It is just given an opportunity to learn. This time is different for different souls. Some move ahead quickly, some take a long rest. In interlife, the soul meets its soul group. the souls who have always been with it. It is like a reunion, where there is love, understanding, and closeness. Then when the soul is ready, it starts the process of choosing a new life. But why? Because the soul knows that the learning process is not over yet. The journey is yet to begin. Part 14, the ultimate goal of the journey, liberation. The soul takes birth again and again. It learns, grows, experiences. But is this journey ever complete? Yes, there is an ultimate goal of this journey, liberation, or what we call moksha. Liberation means to be completely free from the cycle of birth and death. When the soul learns every lesson, balances its karmas, and recognizes the ultimate truth within itself, then it does not need to be born again. This is the state where the soul merges into complete consciousness, where there is no fear, no greed, no separation, no conflict. It is a peace that is beyond words. Liberation is known by different names in different traditions. Moksha in Hinduism, nirvana in Buddhism, and self-realization, awakening, or mukti in other traditions. Liberation is not a process of escape. It is the art of rising above every bondage by accepting life fully. The liberated soul knows that it is Brahman itself. It is love. It is light. The liberated soul can rest in the higher realms or return to serve, to enlighten human beings, to spread the message of love. We know such enlightened souls as gurus, incarnations, bodhisattvas, or saints. They give up their personal happiness and return to help all of us. They have only one message. You are what you are looking for. Love is the truth. Wake up. Remember who you are, and that is why the greatest journey of the soul is to recognize its divine nature and then live fully in that recognition. If this journey has touched your heart, then read on. If you also feel that you are not just a body but an infinite soul, then definitely write one word in the comment below: awakening. Yes, just write awakening, because when you write this word, you recognize the power within you and make a new beginning. This channel is not just a YouTube channel, it is a movement. It is a family of souls who are awakening and want to know the truth. If you want to be a part of this family, then subscribe to the channel and share this knowledge with your friends and loved ones. Every share, every subscription will strengthen our collective consciousness.